Come on. There we go. Back up a little bit. Huh?
I want our own house. We need our own workroom.
Yes, we need our workroom. A big work, the size of this living room.
Yeah.
You can have one side and I can have the other side.
Yeah, where I can set up tables and more permanent storage solutions. What page is that, Gabriel? What number?
Page 20.
What number?
Chapter 1, subject, no, just 20. Page 20.
Right, number 4 for A is 1,535. Is that what I got?
Yep. Wait, no, 5,030?
1,530.
Yep.
Is that what I got?
Yep.
All right.
Welcome to the wonder that is the Atlantis venue. It doesn't get any more unique than this. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Sebastian Fundora making his way to the ring. It's the tap. The Marvels. And this one has all of those big... Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Ooh, a stiff jab. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Do you believe this? Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You believe what we are seeing. Jab does not score. Nice counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy.
And there's the bell to start round two. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
And this is is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That counter punch caught him clean. Both men step back for just a moment. Those counter punches have to hurt. That left hook just missed. They are giving us a high-tempo show. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter shot. Didn't land that jab. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Quick punch scores. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And
Here we go to the 4th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. They miss with the jab. You'd like to see more jabs. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself down trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. Caution being thrown to the wind. Counter shot. Good counter punch. Just misses with that left uppercut. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sergio Martinez is rocked. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What can they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Lucky that hook didn't score.
Yeah.
So much firepower here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight.
On to the 6th round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these? Whoa, wait a minute! Martinez forced to step back. He's on wobbly legs. How are they still standing?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Done with that counter shot. Have to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Right hook won't score. Just misses with that uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? And the referee will allow this to continue. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't...
Round 7, here we go. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Misses with that uppercut. Jab doesn't quite connect, but he pulled that thought. Fundora just got rocked. Disaster averted.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
And he scores with the counter. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. They block the jab. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. You, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy.
Round 8, and we're off again. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Sergio Martinez is down on the canvas. Is he going to be able to make it back up? How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that...
Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham, and here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's Daniel the Miracle Man Jacobs, 6 foot tall with a reach of 74 inches. Up against them, Roy Jones Jr., 100. Here comes Roy Jones Jr. from Pensacola, Florida. That's the area I grew up in, and I've known about this guy for a long time, and now the boxing world is learning all about him too.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, introducing an acclaimed 2-time middleweight champion of the world, known as the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing the newly crowned champion, holding a record of 22 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the young, undefeated, and newly crowned IBF middleweight champion of the world, known as Captain Hook, introducing Roy Jones Jr.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
I love this arena. I dream of places like this. I dream of fights.
We're expecting an all-action slugfest. They both want a highlight reel knockout. There's a counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Quick punch scores. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
They exchange punches. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That right hook catching air. How about that time counter shot? Just missed with that jab. Uh-oh, code red time here for Daniel Jacobs. What is he going to do? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Nice round, good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man.
Now it's a tougher fight.
Oh, he's just taking a big breath, and here we go again. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
A counter-fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight. The counter punch is smart.
Jacobs in real trouble. A much better game plan here.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
And they figure out the combination to this sink.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
He threw a punch and just got countered. One punch could change everything in this battle. Nice counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for Major. There's the bell to start round 3. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Missed with that jab. Nope, that jab not going to score. Missing with the left uppercut. Nice counter. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing. Hold that thought. Ooh, and Daniel Jacobs just got rocked. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. What about Jacobs in that last round? That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
Come on, switch on.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Good work.
You got complacent? The fight's not over yet. You've got to go.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Good counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good counter punching. Punch, counter punch. And down goes the Miracle Man. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Hold that thought. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be time for the 5th round. Those counter punches have to hurt. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Beautiful counter shot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
They know the second they touch you.
And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
Where did that come from? What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Look at his corner. Look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down. Make the most of the count. Get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee. Save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow get to the end of the round.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown. There's the bell for round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
That jab misses. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
His stamina is off the charts. That jab doesn't score. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different? Here we go. It's round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Squeeze sharp.
That counter shot lands. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he blows you down.
Incredible work rate. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Look at the footwork, the hand speed. This is the best that the middleweight division has to offer. Oh boy, the Miracle Man now in some trouble. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
I've got to see that again.
Talk about Jacobs in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
I love the response, though.
And we enter the 8th round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. This is not where Daniel Jacobs wants to be right now. When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
And now they're trying to get into their opponent's head. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. And that's it.
The largest antenna could be reeled in and out like a fishing line behind the plane. It was 76 meters long, which was necessary to efficiently send and receive Morse code via the 400 or 500 kilohertz radio waves used by ships and remote stations. Ideally, an antenna should be at least a quarter of the wavelength of the radio wave it's transmitting or receiving. This improves the efficiency of the conversion from electrical energy to radiated electromagnetic energy. Earhart's trailing antenna was only around an eighth of the wavelength, but it was connected to a high-power transmitter, so its signals could still be detected over 1,000 kilometers away. Next were two antennas for voice communications on higher frequencies, a transmitting V antenna on the roof of the plane, and a receiving antenna along its belly. Higher frequencies were useful for two reasons. First, they require smaller antennas, which save weight and can be better accommodated on small, sparse planes. And second, high-frequency radio waves can travel long distances by bouncing off a layer of the atmosphere called the ionosphere. Starting at about 50 kilometers above Earth's surface, radiation from the sun splits electrons off molecules, forming a layer of ions and free electrons. Radio waves with certain frequencies interact with these free electrons and are effectively reflected back to Earth. It's as if they bounced off a big wobbly mirror in the sky. This effect is called skipping, and it scatters radio waves all over the place. These radio waves can then reflect off the ocean and back off the ionosphere, making multiple hops to travel thousands of kilometers. During the daytime, the intense radiation from the sun means the ionosphere starts lower in denser atmosphere. And because of this, lower frequency radio waves are more likely to be absorbed than reflected. So aviators would typically use the higher 6210 kilohertz to skip their signals during the day, and then the lower 3105 kilohertz at night once the bottom of the ionosphere had lifted into thinner air. 4 hours after takeoff, Earhart radioed an update to Lay on her daytime frequency of 6210. She reported her altitude at 7,000 feet and speed at 140 knots before concluding with her typical sign-off, everything okay. But she never acknowledged calls from Lay about the headwind. They radioed again at 11:20 and 12:20, but never got a response from Earhart. In all likelihood, she never heard them. She did radio 6 hours into her flight to report stronger headwinds, but she makes no mention of Lay's earlier warnings. It's possible the receiving belly antenna was broken, fell off, or something in the receiving electronics wasn't working. But her ability to receive voice messages was clearly impaired. 9 hours into the flight, Earhart expected to come upon the Ontario. She listened for Morse code ends on 400 kilohertz, but she heard nothing. The original plan was that the Ontario would wait for her to radio them to request that they start transmitting. But the day before takeoff, Earhart realized she had made a mistake. The Ontario had told her they wouldn't be able to receive any high-frequency signals, which meant no voice communication. So she sent an urgent telegram asking the Ontario to transmit the Morse code ends repeatedly 10 minutes after each hour. The purpose of the Morse code from the Ontario was actually to allow Amelia Earhart to make use of her two final antennas. So she had a loop antenna, just like this one, and a sense antenna. These were designed to allow her to locate the source of radio waves. This was the final and most critical way that Earhart planned to stay on course and locate Howland Island. She wrote, "I doubt if I tried a flight to tiny Howland Island without it supplementing Fred Newman's skill." Ooh. All right. So I have an antenna here, and I'm aligning it vertically in this tree. How are we there? So the Ontario was sending out Morse code signals on their antenna. And here we have a transmitter tuned to about 3.6 megahertz. I'm going to put on this blindfold and use the loop antenna to try to locate the transmitter. And because I already know the transmitter is, we'll spin me around a few times. So, oh, well, all right. Whoa. All right. Radio waves are going to be emitted in all directions radially away from the antenna. The electric field will be oscillating up and down, and the magnetic field will be oscillating back and forth. So if I hold up this loop like this, sort of parallel to the direction that the waves are traveling, then the magnetic field is going to be changing through the loop. And because of that, it's going to create an EMF and current, and I can pick that up because I'm tuned to the right frequency here. So I got a fairly strong signal. Woo, very strong. But if I rotate the loop like that, well, now the magnetic field is oscillating back and forth, but not changing through the loop itself because it's parallel to the loop. And so in this orientation, I'm going to get a null reading. If I turn it this way, there's a null. But if you turn it 90 degrees, now all the magnetic field is passing through this loop, and so I can hear a maximum here. So this is what Earhart wanted to measure using her loop antenna to detect the repeated N-Morse code from the Ontario. She would turn it until she found the null, and then she would know the direction of the ship. Something that's interesting is if I turn it away, we get another null, because again, there's no magnetic flux passing through this loop. Now, the first time she picked up the signal, she would probably be heading straight towards the ship, or close enough, so she would know.
Welcome to the WBC Arena. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's all.
Sugar Ray.
This bout,
What a pleasure to be in this unique. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. That's straight burden. Nice counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. A perfect counter lands. There was so much hype surrounding this match, I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
It's all offense, all the time. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Do you believe what we are seeing? He threw a punch and just got countered. The straight right just misses. very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little kick you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
Lucky that hook didn't score. He wasn't ready for that counter punch. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
Jab misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? When are we going to see a jab from these two? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Robinson in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a... The bell rings and we start the third. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch, counter punch. Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. Sugar Ray is down. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
We're at the halfway point. There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
That uppercut doesn't land. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Good counter punching. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Talk about Robinson in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round. There's the bell for round 4. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. Beautiful counter shot. And he scores with the counter. Both men step back for just a moment. You'd like to see more jabs. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That counter shot lands. So close for that uppercut. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. Things are still... Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Another scoring shot there. Jab does not score. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
They exchange punches. We wanted action, and they are delivering. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
A shot from the gods took him out.
Explicitly simple, suitable,
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory. That is Todd. Did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.
minutes later, Earhart said, "We are circling, going for 700." But immediately some players inside the players. Directly, Earhart ordered the Spurs to perform scoring. The relief really escaped and must have been overwhelmed. Quickly called the radio from having looked to locate the net. Signal never got back. Frequency was too high, so the radiators were asked whether the country and the different direction. There's a girl, a radio mechanic who worked on the phone. There are some unusual indications of high frequencies which can't see the skip and down, meaning false radio direction back. But then, he was still lost. When you receive your signals, but find it again. Please take a very long test and answer with voice. Instead of pictures from the packet. Your signals received their power. It is because you put it in your voice. No response. But every middle word can to their communication. And it really depended if you have some low frequency signals because Earhart's loop is huge every 700 kilohertz. So, the whole pretty good is that the frequency is present. And then there was a lot of people radio direction on the limits. And received messages both from the and the first of its San Francisco division stated that responsibility for all of them. When she asked the hospital how these frequencies were suitable and could have been done for fixed capabilities under the law, the hospital said they'd be running on frequencies too rapid and low instead of getting specific signal. San Francisco's Coast Guard Division some no responsibility for radio communications. And suggesting they directly could provide 8 frequencies to use. So, essentially told them to the hospital communicated directly with them and their life. The radio continued to try to be correct with the domain Earhart's base and the first word. We were coming on 147.7. We will repeat this on 63 kilohertz. We are running north and south. The voice was fixed. Standard frequencies are placed into peers or screen. This was the last message we expected. There are a number of conspiracy theories about the evidence seemed clear. We learned that there was some evidence the information for the specific search for the vaccine. There may be personal tips and things during the search for the vaccines. In U.S. history, it was the most comprehensive and expensive search and rescue operation. It took over $4 billion with almost $100 million in the world. However, if ever found a place, you would the states could have been designed to physical evidence, it's impossible to say. But Earhart did confirm receiving signals on her loop antenna. Her loop could only direction find with lower frequencies, but it could receive signals on a wide range. If she had switched to using the loop for all communications, she could have received Itasca's voice messages. And then the Itasca could have requested she take a bearing on a lower frequency, which would have guided her safely to Howland Island. When I began researching this video, I expected to find that Amelia Earhart's demise was inevitable. That what she was trying to do was just so difficult that nothing could have saved her. But instead, I found the opposite. Hey, there were at least a half dozen things that
fucking set you straight again?
would have
Then knock you out with that fucking attitude, or else I will set you straight.
Comes down to two things:
Go.
knowledge and responsibility. Earhart lacked knowledge of radio systems, which would have allowed ability to correct it. When attempting any challenging endeavor, you need someone with the right knowledge who will also take responsibility for getting things right. That's what you need to battle the inherent chaos and disorder of the universe. Otherwise, what you have is disaster.